Jason had just returned from Canada after 4 years of chasing greener pastures. He expected a warm welcome, a kiss from his wife Elena, and a hug from his daughter Amelia. Instead, he was frozen in shock. A boy about a year old was playing with his daughter, calling Elena Mummy. Elena. What is going on? Who is that child? Jason's voice thundered across the compound. Elena stood there, mouth trembling, unable to form words. What really happened? Did Elena cheated on her husband? Or does the child really belongs to Jason? Please let's find out together. Before Jason traveled, life was simple. Elena was a shy but beautiful woman, married into the Badmus family. She had lost both parents and was raised by her aunt who constantly reminded her she was a burden. Meeting Jason gave her hope. Love. A fresh start. But from the very first week of their marriage, Jason's father, Mr. Adams, gave her strange looks. His eyes would trail down her body. Sometimes, he would lean in too close or laugh a little too long. Jason, your father makes me uncomfortable, Elena told him one evening. Jason flared up. Don't you ever say that about my father again. He's the reason we're not starving. Show some respect or you will be thrown out. Elena swallowed her tears. Who would believe her? How could she think of divorce just months into marriage? She chose silence, and endured everything. When Jason got the visa, it was a big celebration. Mr. Adams promised to take care of Elena and Amelia. Don't worry son, I'll watch over them like my own life, he had promised Jason with a warm smile. But the moment Jason boarded the plane, Mr. Adams dropped the act. He began buying Elena lingerie, claiming it was a gift. He would knock on her door unannounced. He would bagged into her room unexpectedly. Sometimes he would find excuses to be in the house alone with her. Try this on, he handed her red lace underwear one evening. Elena blinked, shocked. Sir. This is inappropriate. Don't be shy. I'm not just your father-in-law, I'm your caretaker now. She ran to her room, trembling. She called Jason to tell him everything his father has been doing to her. As usual, he ignored her again. Weeks later, Elena began to feel strange. She would eat dinner in the living room, but wake up the next morning in her bedroom, unsure how she got there. When she asked the maid, Rose, she claimed ignorance. Maybe you were just tired, madam. But Elena knew something was off. She felt weak. Her dreams were foggy. Every night, she would drink the juice Mr. Adams gave her. She began to suspect something. Then one morning, she vomited. Clara, her friend, rushed her to the hospital. Congratulations, you're 6 weeks pregnant, the doctor said. Elena's world went silent. Clara, I swear. I haven't been with anyone. Not even Jason. It doesn't make sense. Clara gasped, covering her mouth. I believe you, Elena. But how do we explain this? Clara said. Elena couldn't eat. Couldn't think. She began to suspect the worst, but she didn't want to believe it. Then one evening, she saw Mr. Adams adding a substance to her drink. Elena watched carefully and pretended to be unaware. Few minutes later Mr. Adams walked up to Elena and handed the juice over to her. Elena collected the drink and minutes later Mr. Adams thought his evil plan had been perfected. Elena couldn't take it anymore. She confronted Mr. Adams with tears in her eyes. You did this to me. You monster. You drugged me every night and took advantage of me. Elena said. He smiled and said coldly, no one will believe you. Not even Jason. Remember the last time you tried to talk? Elena was stuck. I believed her, Clara said, walking and holding her phone. Clara had recorded everything. Mr. Adams was dumbfounded. Clara took Elena and her daughter Amelia to her house that night. Elena played the recording over and over, her hands shaking. Clara insisted on a DNA test before Jason returned. They took a sample from the baby and sent it off. The results came back. 99.9% match with Mr. Adams. Elena collapsed to the floor. Months later, Jason finally returned. He saw the strange boy. He demanded answers. Why is there a child calling you Mum? Elena tried to explain, but Jason cut her off. Save it. You cheated. You destroyed this family. She handed him the DNA result. Jason turned pale. He went silent. 4 hours. Then he went to confront his father. Dad, tell me this is a lie. Mr. Adams tried to deny it, but Jason showed him the results. That's when the old man broke down. I'm sorry. I couldn't control myself. Jason broke down too. She told me about your advances towards her and I ignored. I must be a terrible husband. Jason tried to beg Elena. Please. I didn't know. I swear. But Elena was done. You didn't protect me. You didn't believe me. I begged you. Now look at me. I'm married to you but had a son with your dad. Elena took the evidence, Clara's voice recording and the DNA results, and filed a case. It was time the world knew the truth. She packed her bags and left. The police arrested Mr. Adams the next morning. Neighbors watched in shock as the respected old man was handcuffed. Jason watched it happen, completely shattered. The courtroom was full. Journalists. Family members. Friends. Even strangers. Mr. Adams pleaded not guilty at first, but the evidence was overwhelming. Clara's recording shook the courtroom. Elena stood tall, her voice shaking as she narrated what she had endured. After weeks of hearings, the judge read the final verdict. Mr. Adams, you are hereby sentenced to 25 years in prison without the possibility of parole. Gasps filled the courtroom. Elena broke into silent tears. Jason couldn't face the world. His friends stopped calling. His business crashed. He fell into depression. Every night he stared at Amelia and the little boy, his half-brother. Knowing they were both innocent. Years passed, Elena is set to move on and start all over again. She moved to another city. And started attending therapy. Her story inspired thousands. Survivors from different parts of the country reached out to thank her. With the help of her friend, Clara, she began rebuilding her life. Jason traveled to see Elena. I don't want anything. I just came to say I'm sorry. You warned me. I should have protected you, I should have listened to you. I failed you. Elena looked at him for a long moment. I've forgiven you. But I've moved on. Years passed. Elena met Richard, a single father and social worker who loved her regardless. He was kind, respectful, and supportive. For the first time, Elena felt safe again. Richard proposed. Elena said yes. The maid, Rose, visited Elena after many years. I was afraid. Mr. Adams threatened to kill me if I say anything. But I saw everything. I'm so sorry. Elena hugged her. You're forgiven. But next time, speak up. Silence protects evil. You saved my life, thank you Clara, Elena said. That's what friends do, Clara replied, smiling. Years later, Jason was hospitalized. Doctor said he was depressed. On his deathbed, he asked Elena to visit just to see her face once more before he died. Elena granted his dying wish. I'm proud of you. Thank you for forgiving me. I can die in peace. Jason said. Elena held his hand until his last breath. Moral lessons. Never ignore the warnings of those you love. Silence in the face of evil is support for it. Forgiveness is not weakness, it is strength. A person's origin does not define their destiny. Every survivor has the power to rise.